So nice to have you joining me today. Welcome. Let's start. We're going to lay down on the ground, do some traditional Pilates moves, sort of beginner moves, but you're definitely going to feel your body working, and it'll be a whole body workout. So we're going to work all areas of your body and in just about 20 minutes. So go ahead and take a lie down on your back. Now if you do have need a slight little towel under the back of your head so your neck feels like you're in good alignment, go ahead and do that. Sometimes I teach people that need a little towel under the small of their back, especially if you don't feel, it doesn't feel real comfy just to lie flat on your back. Then sometimes a little towel in the small of your back can make you feel more secure there. I'm just going to align my feet so that my heels would be in line with my sitting bones and my toes are pointing straight ahead. I'm going to try and make my feet in line and spread out my toes on the ground. And then all I'm going to do here is just press my lower back into the mat and then go the other way. So a very small little movement of the pelvis forward and back. So it's really like a gentle rock. And this way you'll just be warming up your lower back. And I'm not making the movement over exaggerated. All I'm doing is just feeling the ground, pressing my back into the ground, and then just going where there's a small little space in that low back, and then press and release. Often I put my hands on my hip bones just because it gives me feedback of how my body's just rocking like this. I try not to squeeze my tush when I do this. I use the muscles from internal, my pelvic floor, to help draw the pelvis towards me. And then I just release, and it's soft as you go this way, and then it's a little drawing in, so the tummy feels tighter when the pelvis tips towards your belly button, and then you release. So just start activating that pelvic floor, those deep tummy muscles. Feel like you're drawing in and up as you move. And then let's just continue into a bridge. So you just tip your pelvis like this and then lift up your hips gently so that you're resting up here on your shoulders. And reach your knees over your toes so you can feel like you're in a really straight line. Try not to go too far into an arch, just a nice straight line from your shoulder to your knees, and then you roll your body down. So bone by bone, go right down the middle of your backbone, find the small of your back, touch the ground there, and then release. So we tuck the pelvis, stand up on strong feet and legs, lifting up the hips, open your chest, and then roll your body back and down. So let's go slowly so we can try and get that movement through your spine, which is so important. We want your spine, your backbone to move bone by bone, not be locked up in any position. That's where we can find ourselves with pain or injury. So we're just lengthening the spine as you lay down. I often think about the spine like a string of pearls, and you're just laying it down on the table, one pearl at a time. So sometimes if you put pictures in your mind, your body will follow along with how you want it to move. Just lengthening it out. If you do have a spot that feels a little bit tight, I always say just go slow through that. No rush. Just watch your knees aren't going out to the side of you. So it feels like a little bit of energy on the inner thighs, keeping them parallel. And up again. And then once you're up here, we're just going to hold that shape. So stand up nice and strong, squeeze your tush when you're up the top there, and then we just lift up the arms towards the ceiling. Then you're just going to tap the elbows down to the side of you, out from your shoulders, and then just reach your arms straight back up. So we do a little tap down and up. So So you should be feeling your glutes and the back of the legs, the hamstrings. Okay. If you go into any cramping or anything, just feel free to lay down and come back up again. Give yourself a little break and then join up again. Or otherwise you can always just do the arms. So I'm going into like a goalpost kind of shape and then straight up again. Watch your hips don't drop down as you focus on your arms. Okay, good. Fingertips up to the ceiling and then lay your body down bone by bone. Good. And then just lift up the hips again. Hold it there and then reach your arms up over your head. Then as you lay your spine down on the ground, do a big circle wide with your arms and bring them down beside your body. And then as your hips lift up again into a bridge, your arms, they go up, they go over your head. And then as you start to lay down, just circle the arms and do a big arm circle. So your fingertips are scraping along the floor. And again, lift up the hips, arms over your head. That's the way, and then big circle as you float your body down. Let's do one more. Hips up, arms up. And then down you come, big circle around. And relaxing there. Good. Then pop your hands back on your hip bones again. And then all to do is just to lift up one leg into tabletop. So the shin bone parallel to the floor and your hips are staying right where they are. They haven't done a little wobble and changed shape, okay? And then we're just going to tap that toe down and then tap it, lift it back up. So it does look so simple, but if you can really concentrate on your center and the muscles around supporting your back, keeping your body really still and moving here at the joint of the hip, not the knee joint. So you could even pop your finger in there and feel that when your leg lifts up, the leg folds over your finger. So there should be a crease here where you're folding. And then just pop that leg down. And then on the other side, so we just float the leg up. Find that position where your thigh bone is straight up and down. It's dropped back and down into the hip. So I kind of let my thigh drop so it feels heavy. So I'm not holding on too tight at the front of the thigh. And then just tap it down and lift it up. So even if you're a Pilates pro, it is nice to go back to the basics sometimes. I like to. Just reminds you of your alignment, slows you down. I always think of it like I used to play the piano a lot, and you know, you might learn a piece and you can play it with your eyes closed, but then if you break it down again, go slower, it's almost like you relearn it, don't you? It's sometimes we do things automatically and then we can bring our attention back to the beginning, back to the basics. Okay, pop that leg down. Good. And then just walk your feet together so they're close together and your legs are glued together. Hands down on the floor, and then we just take the knees over to one side and do let your one foot lift up off the ground when you go over to one side. So while I'm just shifting side to side, I can make this a lot of work for my center by keeping my shoulders really heavy, and breath helps a lot. So breathing in as the knees go over, and then breathe out to bring them back. So your waist, your core is going to help pull the legs back, not your legs. You're going to use your powerhouse to draw back. If you did feel like making it a bit harder, you can keep doing this, but with your legs in tabletop. Keep going, everyone. Choose where you want to be. The only thing is when you lift your legs up, maybe you don't take them quite so far over. You just got to take the first couple gently, because you'll feel like your shoulders will lift off, and we want to try and keep them down. Keep drawing, letting the shoulders drop away from your ears, especially if your legs are up. And don't hold your breath. Stay with me, you're nearly there. It should feel really nice. While you're working your core, we've talked about that, we're also giving your lower back a nice stretch here. Okay, then we just pop your feet down, one first and then the other. And let's take one knee, give it a hug in towards your chest. Nice and tight there. And then hold on behind the thigh and point your toes up to the ceiling. So drop the hip down. If you need to bend your knee a little bit so that your hips are staying even, just do that, that's okay. And then we're just going to do a little point and flex of your ankle. And try and keep the back of your neck nice and long as well. So I almost let my chin look down a little bit, so I'm not tipped way up. My chin shouldn't be facing the ceiling. And then all you do is you bend the knee, find that evenness through your hips, hands on the ground, and then just stretch the leg out and bring it back in. Stretch it out and bring it back in. And out and in. So I'm going quite slowly. Careful, precise. Hips are steady, tummy's switched on. Good, and then you're just going to pop that foot down. Same thing on the other side. So we give the knee a hug first, and then toes up to the ceiling. Bend your knee if you need to, and then we just move through the ankle. So a little flex and point of the ankle, giving the back of the leg a good stretch. It's okay to have your knee bent. We're all tight in different places. You know, I've got friends who are really, it's their shoulders and neck that give them some problems sometimes. And, you know, for me, I've always got to stretch my legs. I'm a little tight today, but, you know, we all have our areas we have to give a little bit more love to. And then just bend the knee, hands go down, and we stretch the leg out and back in. Nice and controlled. That's it. We'll do 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then just pop that leg down. Make yourself even again. So you could imaginary line from hip bone to hip bone is straight across. Interlace your hands and pop them behind the back of your head. And then we're going to keep the hips right where they are, nice and steady. And then just lift up your head, drop your head into your hands, and then feel like your sternum just slides down as you come up into a little chest lift, and then lay back down. So I'm really supporting my head and neck. It's going to help if you breathe out when you take a lift up and breathe in when you go down. And I'm trying to keep a little space between my chin and my chest, because it doesn't feel quite right on my neck when I tuck my chin right in. That's going to help your neck not hurt as we do these exercises. Try not to hold your breath. That's it. So I exhale on the little lift. Try to keep your pelvis nice and steady. So when you lift up, you shouldn't feel your lower back pressing down into the mat. That's it. Good. And then just relax. Then the next thing we'll do is we'll just lay over to your side, and I want to prop yourself up onto your elbow with your knees bent like this. So push the floor away from you, so your shoulders down, and then you're going to reach the top leg out long. Also think of making your waist long, so maybe that leg is lengthened as well, and then we just lift up the leg. So I want you to bring the leg forward so that your thigh bones are matching, one on top of the other. You're going to keep your thighs steady and then just bend the knee and straighten, and bend and straighten. So see how you go, keeping steady. Watch this shoulder hasn't crept up. Push the floor away, pull up from the underneath side of you. Oops, watch your legs. That's good. Good, you're nearly there. 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then just stretch the leg out to be long, hold it up, and then we just do a little tiny up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring the legs in. Well done. Then you're just going to help yourself up and sit in this position. So the leg you were just working wraps around behind, and the leg you were laying on goes in front. And then we're just going to take your body over to the side, take a nice little side stretch, and then go back the other way, and then over, and back, over, good. And then we just swivel the legs around, and we're going to lay on our side on this way. So watch your elbow should be underneath your shoulder, and the underneath ribs, rather than sinking down like this, you're going to pull them up. Then the top leg was long, and you bring it a little bit forward so the thigh bones are in line. And then we keep the leg lifted like this, and you're just going to bend and straighten the knee. So it's just a matter of holding that shape. Your tummy's working a lot here too, drawing in to help you hold your shape. You're going to feel so good after this. You know that you would have worked. And every time we do a class together, you're looking after yourself. Keeping our muscles strong and working well. We have to, as we get older, we need to spend a little bit more time, and it takes a little bit more effort to make sure that all our muscles are firing and working well, so they don't get soft and relaxed. Yeah. Take the leg so it's level with your body, and then it's just a little up. 2, 3. You can do it 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and relax. Oh, thank goodness for that. Okay, here we are. Your Z sit position again, as even as you can be, and then over to the side. Your hips will enjoy that nice little stretch too. And then over this way. That's it. Nice deep breaths, big stretchy arms. Really stretch out, make your arms bigger. That's it. You can stretch, like paint a rainbow over yourself. Good. And then just bring your arms down, the shoulders a little roll. And that's you done for today. Nice work.